Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. We had the first really cold night last night. It went down to minus 21 degrees Celsius. So I put a thermometer down here in the basement just to check the temperature overnight, make sure it wasn't getting close to freezing. Here is the current temperature. So it's hovering around 12 to 13 degrees Celsius, which is just warm enough to kind of keep the plants happily dormant. I got a can of spray foam the other night and I went around the basement and I sealed up any cracks around windows and that I could find blowing cold air in. I think that helped keep the basement just a little warmer. After that cold night, the sun has come out this morning and it feels good in the plant room here. So the plant room hovered around 14 degrees Celsius last night and now it's climbing up closer to 20 with the sun shining in the windows. Let's head outside now and see how the two greenhouses are doing. Well, here I am outside. The road's been plowed, the sidewalk's been plowed. There's a few clouds in the sky, but it's pretty sunny. It's not a bad day. The little micra has some snow on it. I'll have to clear that off today. Last night it got down to minus 2 degrees Celsius in the greenhouse, 2 degrees below freezing. And right now it's at 4 degrees because the sun's come out and it's warmed up a little in the daytime. I've been going around checking all the pots. They definitely froze last night. Some of them are still frozen. But they should be fine. I mean, most of these trees in here are very hardy. There's only the few down here that aren't as hardy. They didn't freeze. The ones in front of the heater. So that's good, they'll be fine. I'm glad to see all my trees are safe and sound and protected from the elements in the greenhouse here. Let's go check out the poly house or the plastic greenhouse and see how they're doing in there. Yeah, nice day today. I hope those clouds stay away and I get sunshine in the plant room all day long. All right, let's see how things are going in here. Move my rock out of the way down here. Whoa. Well, I can squeeze in here. Close the door behind me. Well, it feels pretty nice in here. I've got a thermometer back here. I'm going to check the temperature. It's about minus 4 in here, which isn't bad either. It's way better than the minus 21 that it was outside. So just, you know, a small heater like that keeps all these trees looking really good over the winter. And you only have to turn it on when it gets really cold at night. So I would say, you know, below about minus 18 Celsius or 0 degrees Fahrenheit. For the hardy trees anyway. All right, everything's good in here. Let's close it back up. Squeeze back out the door. The door doesn't close quite right in the winter. I think my building shifted a bit. There, the stone's back in place to hold the door closed. Yeah, I hope the greenhouse is standing up okay. I didn't get the insulated tarp on it this year. I thought, you know, because I just have the hardy trees in here, maybe it's better to have the sun shining on them and kind of warm up naturally in the daytime. I don't know. Look at the cedars here, they look beautiful. Yeah, and you can see the snow on the roof of the greenhouse here. All frosted up. Wow, some fancy frost patterns. All right, let's head indoors. I'm back in the plant room now. Last night I did a presentation at the Toronto Bonsai Society's meeting, and the focus of the meeting was tropical trees other than ficus. So I did a talk about my Banyan style Schefflera here, and I did a slideshow that showed the progression of the tree since I started my channel. I also have a photo of it from 10 years ago, so you can compare the picture from 10 years ago to what it looks like today. My Schefflera arboricola started in 1998 from Canadian Tire nursery stock. It's 16 years old in this photo, and it's planted as a Banyan style. It just got a pruning, and I'm sorting out some of the basic trunk structure. I jump ahead to August 2014. Here's the tree after a summer of growing. You can see the vigor is on the top of the tree. It's getting very tall. The trees are growing in a seed tray surrounded by an oak frame. That same day, I defoliated and pruned the tree, sorting out the structure and restoring the umbrella shape. It has no aerial roots yet. I jumped to March of 2015. Over the winter, new branches and leaves have formed. The group is looking wider. My plan is to grow the tree to help thicken up the trunks and hopefully get aerial roots. I'm jumping to September of 2015. Here is the tree after a summer of growing. It's getting very bushy. Is it time to prune? I'm jumping to December of 2015. I'm still letting it grow over winter. It's getting large. Notice the aerial roots that have formed. It's very exciting. Is it time to prune yet? It's taking up a lot of space. Now it's April 2016. Spring is coming. I'm still letting the trees grow. The aerial roots are getting woody. It's now June of 2016, and it's pruning time. You can see some leaf burn from the heat of the greenhouse as the indoor leaves get used to the sun. Here is the tree later that day, defoliated for the second time and hard pruned to sort out the structure. It's very important that every branch has sunlight. The aerial roots are a mixture of older and newer ones. July of 2016, 1 month later, the new leaves and branches are growing in. The trees look their best with the new small leaves. The younger aerial roots have dried up with the reduced vigor and lack of shade. It's now September of 2016. It's time for our fall club show. I repot the tree from its seed tray into a bonsai pot, and you can see that there's both aerial roots and new roots that come from the base of the tree. Both of these roots add interest to the tree and kind of nice detailed features. The aerial roots are arranged to hang vertically from the branches. It's December of 2016 now. I'm pruning the branch tips of the most vigorous branches to balance the vigor in the canopy. This also gets light to the less vigorous branches. Here is the tree later that day after the top pruning. You can see how it looks low and wide, typical of a tropical tree you would see in nature. The weaker horizontal branches are left unpruned, while the stronger top branches are pruned back harder. This balances the vigor in the tree. It's now July of 2017. Summer is the time to grow, so I'm letting the tree grow once again. It's September of 2017. After a full summer of growing, it's time to sort the tree out once again. In November of 2017, I defoliate the tree, and now it's time to prune the branches. Here is the tree after pruning. I'm pruning the branches for direction, movement, and taper. It's December of 2017. By winter, the tree is filling in again and beginning to look very miniature. We jump ahead to June of 2018. It's early summer and the growing has begun once again. Summer is almost over. It's August of 2018. It's late summer and the trees have grown well. In September of 2018, it's time to prune the tree before it comes in for the winter. Here is the before and here is the after. The trunks are getting thicker and they're getting smoother and more flowing. The aerial roots are becoming prop roots. They actually support the branches as the tree gets wider. They also pull the branches down. We skip ahead to August of 2019. After a whole summer of growing, it's time to prune the tree for our club show once again. This time I'm displaying it in leaf. Here is the before, and here is the tree pruned up. The summer leaves look nice and small with compact growth. It's winter time now, January of 2020. I do a light winter pruning to expose the trunks more, removing the lower branches so I can get in there to water the tree. It's March of 2020. Spring is in the air. Another growing season is coming soon. The days are getting longer. It's midsummer, July of 2020. The tree is growing well over the summer once again. Summer is coming to an end. It's September of 2020. It's time to defoliate and prune the tree. I'm preparing it for our virtual club show that is in about a month. I'm hoping to photograph the tree with the new small leaves just emerging. Here is the tree after defoliation and branch pruning. There are always lots of tough decisions you have to make when pruning. Which branches to prune and which ones to remove. There's a lot of decisions that have to be made. It's about 3 weeks after I defoliated the tree, and here is the photo I submitted for the club show. I didn't get my timing quite right. I think 4 to 5 weeks after defoliation and pruning, the tree looked its best. There's a close-up of the tree. It's October of 2020 now. The tree is looking very miniature, and it seems to have attracted a giant python. I'm glad it's just a plastic one. It's January 2021 now. By midwinter, it's full of leaves once again. It's February of 2021 now. I get good light in the winter with my south-facing windows. In February, the tree begins to grow strongly. I keep it well misted. It's January 2022 now. Another year has passed and I thin the canopy after a summer of growing. I did get lots of aerial roots forming this year. The tree is getting lots of interesting details and it looks like a miniature banyan style tree. Here's a close-up showing all the snake-like trunks and branches. This year it will get repotted and hopefully in a new pot if I can find one that matches the planting really well. These photographs are taken 10 years apart. They're two different pots. The one from 10 years ago is a smaller version of the same style pot the tree is in now. It's hard to believe that these are the same trees. I can't wait to see the changes in the next 10 years. Here are the other two Scheffleras that I'm working on. The first one is a large leaf umbrella tree. The second is a cutting off of my banyan style tree. Thanks everyone. I hope you enjoyed the presentation and I hope you might give a Schefflera a try. That was a look back at the progression of my banyan style Schefflera. And as I said on the last slide, I'm really looking forward to developing this tree over the next 10 years. I think it'll be a lot of fun and it'll be exciting seeing the changes and hopefully it'll just keep getting better and better. And that's all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.